It says I'm live. Hello, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Patrick. This is Rio Koruk or Rio or Riok or whatever you want to call it. And hopefully this is kind of short today. I wanted to do this one live instead of recording it and uploading it. I'm using the Energy Oracle cards and the Mystic Mondays. Yes, and I already got some of these shuffled before I came on. Let's give them a little more shuffle. And we'll see what comes out for now until the next time I do something on here, right? And I do want to get this. I'll just pull from the top of that. And then Nine of Cups and the Four of Swords. No, the Eight of Swords at the cut. I don't often see the Sun in this deck, but I saw it at the cut last time. Oh, there's that King of Swords. I actually saw the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck quite often, and I shuffled it and cut it. So it's interesting that, ooh, now the Hermit with the King of Swords. It's interesting that it came back up. All right. So we're working with the Garden and the Gate, upright. For me, this is number 30. Bottom of the deck is, we'll see after. We'll just slide that right there. So give me like 3 cards for this. We'll take it. I'll take these as 1 because it's only 2. So like 2 more cards. Oh, I don't have this light on, but it should be fine. I think y'all will be able to see. They're coming out in 2s today. The Empress and the Hierophant. What? Okay, all right. I like that. I'm a fan of that energy. Call me a fan. Color me a fan. Why not? I would dare say, no, I ain't gonna say I stand this energy because I don't necessarily stand too much of anything. Anything and everything has the potential to be wrong, and I'm not gonna treat something like it's always right if it ain't always right. You know what I mean? So we don't stand nothing over here, but I am a fan. Bottom of the deck is the Princess of Pentacles, which is that Page of Pentacles energy. I feel like this is someone cautiously proposing something new. Now the colors are like real washed out, I feel like, for whatever reason. There we go. That's closer to her colors. Someone proposing something new. This is giving me setting sun vibes, and so the sun is setting on one world and rising on the next, but it's like before the sun sets on this world, it's like she's giving you a preview. She's giving you access to what will be before it is. And we got 3 cards over here. So 2, 2, 3, 7 could be a thing for some folks. I'm gonna see if I can find my phone to read what the 3rd entry is. Or the 3rd entry. To see what this Garden in the Gate is all about. I'm a huge fan of reading lately, especially if I can do it on my phone, honestly. Energy Oracle cards. Here we go. This is number 30. There's number 20. So we need about 10 more. 25. Okay. Number 30, the Garden and the Gate. Can y'all see her? The Garden and the Gate. This is abundant prosperity and staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman and a beautiful. Ew! Ugh. Oh gosh! Oh, I don't know where that phlegm and mucus just came from. I'm sorry. That was disgusting. It just came out of nowhere. This all right. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautiful blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked, while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time. But be aware, the choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. The affirmation here is I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. I love that because it's like, yeah, abundance is cute. Yeah, the money is nice, the stability, the safety, but don't grow stagnant in it, right? Always continue forward. Always keep moving, delving ever deeper, finding more and more who you truly are. Girl, what? I need to come over here more often. Sometimes over here, the energy just be like real lit. The Wheel of Fortune and the Star. I mean, like, is there anything better than this energy? The Wheel of Fortune and the Star, followed by the Empress and the Hierophant. So, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, I'm going to take this as past, this is present, and this is soon to be or on the horizon or just outside the gate. Okay, this is the past. This was the season of planting. This is where we are now, and this is what lies beyond the gate, right? The garden and the gate. So the Wheel of Fortune and the Star. The Wheel of Fortune and the Star says that we've sort of queued up everything that we've wanted. It's almost like the wheel is a conveyor belt. It's like one of those wheels where there are these spokes, and there are things in the spokes so that when it comes around, it's like it gets on the wheel over here, it comes over the wheel, and then it drops off on this conveyor belt. It's like we've packed everything on this side and it's ready to come in. Everything that we've like wanted and wished for and hoped for. Now the thing about the star is a lot of times we only see the star in the dark, right? And so it's like when it comes to star energy for me, sometimes it's like what darkness are we trying to escape? Like what darkness are we fleeing from? Why are we wishing on a star instead of like, because when we wish on stars, we also sometimes wish for things that are outside of ourselves, right? We don't wish for things typically that we can go and do for ourselves, like right now, with minimal hassle. Um, and so this is really like, this is the energy of opening up gates. We see the red down here, reds and oranges and some purples. That's giving me lower chakra, specifically the root in this. But also it's like the jewel is red, the wheel is red, but also there's this purple. So there's this root to crown kind of sort of functionality. Maybe we had to prepare ourselves in order to receive this. So it required us to move and shift a lot of things within our own lives to make room for whatever this is. Now, this is white. White is the embodiment of every color. We also see it with blues and greens, right? Primarily blue. This is a deeper indigo connected more to the third eye. And then here we see this deeper blue with the third eye on the hierophant, but also connected to the heart. And so this is our heart's truest desires being made manifest soon. Or it's coming in. Our heart's truest desires are coming in. And to know what the heart's truest desires are, we have to truly know the heart. And I think that's what the Wheel of Fortune was preparing us for. Now in present, we're sitting with the Empress and the Hierophant. Now, this energy, one of the interpretations right off the bat is us being committed to the vision of seeing ourselves in this growing, abundant, fruitful space. She's holding a banana. Banana's got a lot of potassium, even though they're nasty. That's a personal thing. But also, another fun fact about bananas is they're all clones of each other. Bananas don't have seeds. They don't naturally grow in the wild anymore. They are pretty much kept alive by human effort. We have bananas because we want bananas, and we found a way to make more bananas, even though, again, bananas don't have seeds, so you can't just plant a banana tree. You have to graft it onto another plant. And so someone else has to get this thing started, and then you graft the banana onto that to get it to grow, right? So, and that's the thing I've been feeling about the Wheel of Fortune lately too. It's like the Wheel of Fortune doesn't just turn itself. There's something that we need to do to get the ball rolling. So the Empress is sitting in the space of getting the ball rolling for spirit to then come in and help it grow and flourish beyond what we can do within ourselves, right? Now, the thing about the gate and the garden and the gate is it requires cooperation from outside of us, right? Or in the past, we had to leave our security in order to find something new. It's almost like this is this girl's journey, right? Because there was one garden that maybe it was flourishing, but then it started to wither or whatever. And now she needs to come out of the space to find a new garden. Maybe it's her job. Maybe like she's like this empress type energy. Maybe she's the energy of spirit that grows, that goes in and that blesses things. And so it's like she needs to take her talent elsewhere. This garden over here is already grown. It's time for her to move, right? This is the dedication to her mission. This is her knowing that sometimes, it isn't about just sitting back leisurely and enjoying yourself perpetually. It's like, sometimes the best meal comes after a hard day's work. And so now we're coming over here, and I'll leave this up here. This is like the edge of the gate, maybe. This is, her taking a moment to enjoy what she's had. So again, enjoy what you have coming in for you. I don't think it's for you to always be moving. Her cloak is green. Her heart's in a good place. She's, resting in her heart space, waiting for the sun to rise. We also have this same sun over here. So look at that. Like we got some greens down here, we got some blues. There's some blues on the outside. Her coat is green, and that's what she's on, or she's covered in green. The sun is the same, but this is the bottom of the deck. So again, this may be us going to build and establish something elsewhere. Our journey in this area and this part of it may have come to an end, or it's coming to an end. And it's time for us to take the seed that contains all of this beautiful abundance somewhere else and to plant it. The Five of Cups is behind her. So, like don't let the fear and the scariness of what lies outside scare you or spook you or frighten you. We have the Two of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Girl, tell me why we saw these cards the other day. What's not here? The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is the only card that's not here. How did this happen? Why did these come back out? Because this is us starting all over. And we're not starting all over. The 2 plus 5 is the 7, right? So we have a 2, 5, 7 against the straight up 7. Now, the straight up 7 is a very spiritual number. It's a number of spiritual adeptness into mastery. It's hermit energy. It's putting in the work to get it done. Even though 7 is the chariot and the hermit is what, 9? It's putting in the work to reach that attainment, to reach that fulfillment. It's integrating all of the lessons and taking them one by one if we need to, sometimes multiple at once, right? If the information builds upon each other, then in order to make progress, sometimes we may need to be integrating multiple things at once, right? And so I know in life, sometimes we sort of hit these areas where it's like, why is everything falling apart? And it's like, maybe there are multiple things that we need to integrate. Now, 2 is usually a crossroads, but it can also be the beginning of a brand new journey. And then 5 is I'm getting this as the beginning of the journey, and this 5 of Wands as the crossroads, right? It's us reaching a point where the path sort of diverts. It splits into many different areas. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's looking like we're going to have to integrate multiple of these anyway. But it's okay to get started with one and then to pick up another. And I know last time I saw this, I was like, we need to be more focused. But, the energy is different here. Because again, this is the edge of the gate. This is what lies on the outside of the gate. A brand new journey, some confusion, and then some victory and integration to be had, right? 6 of Wands is typically the card of just like straight up victory and recognition. But the 7 of Wands is, the next fight. And if you're going to the next fight with the experience of the previous one. And it's typically the experienced fighter and the experienced warriors who find victory, right? Because with experience comes the ability to, with a certain body of experience, you can see the direction that things are headed in. You can see the players on the field, and you can come up with a strategy on the fly. A strategy that's actually based on experience instead of just like pure strategy. Now, people are so varied and vast and can be so unpredictable that a clean and cut, straight up strategy Like people can deviate from that all the time, right? Like all the time. Why didn't you do what I told you to do? Why couldn't you just follow the plan? It's like, well, because, I felt like doing something different. Experience will teach you that I felt like doing something different by giving you a body of data to pull from. It's like, 3 times out of 10, somebody wanted to do something different and they did this. 5 times out of 10, people follow the plan. 2 times out of 10, there was no way to know if they would be the something different or the follow the plan type. And with your experience, you're able to, in the moment, handle everyone as it comes, as it unfolds, because you have that, again, that body of experience to pull upon. So this may be about gaining experiences outside of the comfort and safety of what you've already built. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, there's more to be had, right? The truest abundance lies outside the gate. Ooh, girl. Then we got Chamuel, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. In reverse, let's see what that's about. I would say that this may be a period of learning and integration more so than doing, right? Sometimes in order to learn, you got to listen. And you can't always approach every experience the same. Again, right? 5 times out of 10, hey, Zelda, I have a webcam, and that's why. And I use my computer. I go live from my computer instead of going live from the phone. I can't just like use the YouTube app to go live because I don't have the subscribers and all the stuff that's needed for that. So I use my laptop. You can use a desktop if you have one, and then you can go live. Um, so yeah, this is about when things don't necessarily go according to plan. I think everything for the most part went according to plan while you were in the garden. Everything went according to plan. You planted the seed, you watered it, the conditions were good, like year round. So you knew what you would get, right? And now it's like, okay, well, again, we have this seed from the garden that we want to go plant somewhere else, but we don't know what the conditions are going to be like over here. So before you plant this guaranteed divine holy seed, you may want to plant some other stuff just to see, like, what grows in this soil. You may want to wait and see what the weather is like and how consistent the weather is. You may want to, I don't know, test the soil for different levels of nutrients and stuff like that, right? This is a learning energy. There's something that you want to learn and come into a space of mastery of, or more, at least an adepthood of, before you really go too hardcore, right? And that's what this is. And like you've already sort of set the groundwork on this side. And with this Hierophant, it's like this vision, it's like you've operated in ways to maintain this vision. So like you queued it up, you did the work, but there's this space of getting used to it, right? Especially if you manifested something brand new. You gotta get used to it. It's brand new. Goodness. Give yourself some patience. Give yourself some room and some space to breathe. You ain't gotta be perfect all the time. And you're not starting from ground zero. You're not starting over because you already have the seed. This is number 37. No problem. I'm good. How are you? I do a little bit of it, huh? I try to keep it frustration free. I try. The third chakra, this is emotions of desire and life force energy. When this card is reversed, it indicates a low ebb in your energy and possibly a lack of purpose. You may have been feeling very fragmented lately, unable to rein in your scattered focus. Sorry. And then we have this Five of Wands, which could be a lack of focus. If this is the case, it's time to become more centered and single minded. You can choose to bring a greater sense of enthusiasm to your everyday life. Call for the assistance of Camuel, I don't know, Camuel, to help you harness your power and spin this dynamic center of life force expression. Gather up and direct your life force energy and bring an attitude of enthusiasm to both your goal and your daily life. The affirmation here is, my third chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. I radiate a bright and vibrant life force energy. I feel excitement for all that I do. So this is going to be the key to getting this to blossom. And that's why the Five of Cups is under this Princess of Pentacles. Because, again, this is outside of everything that you've known before, potentially. Like, if you're meant, like, and that's to me, that's why I look at the star the way I look at the star, right? A star is a light in the dark. A lot of times people are wishing on stars. You're not wishing for something that you can do. Pinocchio's wishing to be a real boy. Like, but Pinocchio doesn't know that sometimes you got to eat, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to sleep, right? When you're human, you got to remember to breathe, Pinocchio. Maybe you didn't have to breathe when you were a puppet, but when you're a human, you got to breathe. If you don't breathe, you need breath, okay? You need oxygen to oxygenate your blood, to do all the kind of stuff. Blooming Rose, oh snap. Bro, where you been? Where you been? Where have I been? Hey, Blooming, how are you doing? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, girl. It's good to see you. But that's the thing about star energy. It's something brand new. It's something outside of everything you know. And so it's going to require you to stretch in some ways. And if you want all of this, you're going to have to exit the comfort of your garden. You're going to have to see what lies on the other side of the gate. You're just going to have to. And it requires bravery to get started. It's going to require you maybe to think on your feet in some ways. And as long as you like continue to show up in the moment, as long as you continue to be receptive. Also with this in reverse, it's not always about expressing. It's not always about putting out. It's not about doing. Again, sometimes you got to sit back and you got to learn. But as long as you maintain the enthusiasm, the light that whatever this seed, like the light that this seed needs, it comes from within. And so even when you're afraid, even when you're confused, even when you don't necessarily have a clear sense of direction, because again, you're manifesting something outside of everything you know. So it's okay to not know where you're going. Hello? You're outside the gate. We're going outside the gate now. Rapunzel. Y'all seen Tangled. The world outside the tower ain't everything that was inside the tower. And this is collective. This is a collective little thing for today until I do another one. And she made, y'all know how far she made it in that movie without shoes? I was like, girl, you ain't got no cuts, no bruises on your feet. Did Flynn ever buy her a pair of shoes? I can't remember. I've only seen the movie like once or twice. When did she finally get shoes? After she became like a princess, after she remembered who she was raw. She was vulnerable. She was open to learn, right? And there's this heavy root chakra energy here. There's this heavy root focus because, again, we're treading new ground. So we're going to have to be, it's like we're depending and relying on the grounded and centeredness that we found where we were, but also we need to be open to expanding it when we break new ground. So, yeah. And I'm only on here like real quick. I'm almost done. I got to get to work at noon and it's 11:40 and I still got to eat. But it was so good to see y'all today. Thank y'all for stopping in. Why did I open this back up? Yeah, there's the light, but like even when you're confused, even when you don't know the way, as long as you maintain your light, you'll be guided in the right direction. And I feel like there's this connection to this seed. Because this seed, it's like it's a part of us in some way. Hey, Casey. I'm almost done. I'm about to, yeah. Yes, girl. I'm going to have to come back over here sometime. But yeah, it's like the seed is connected to us in some way. Just like a baby, right? It's like, I've never been pregnant. I'm not a lady. But it's like sometimes you just know what your baby needs. It's like, my baby is craving something like this. Also, I don't know if y'all have ever seen Into the Woods, but in Into the Woods, the reason why Rapunzel ended up in the witch's tower is because when Rapunzel's mother was pregnant with her, she was craving the greens from the Garden of the Witch. And so her husband snuck into the Garden of the Witch and took the greens, and he also took the beans. Now, the witch could never lose the beans. And so when the witch let the dude go, she didn't realize he had the beans. But when he left her garden with the beans, she was cursed for losing the beans. She was the guardian of the beans, right? And in order to get the greens, they gave up the baby. She gave up the baby to satisfy her food cravings. And so that's how Rapunzel ended up in the tower. And then the beans were the beans that Jack took to go up the beanstalk. Watch Into the Woods, girl. It's one of my favorite musicals. I love it. And I wish I owned it. It used to be on Netflix and then they took it off. I was so sad. Also, you can just watch Act One. You don't have to watch Act Two if you don't want to. Sometimes I stop after Act One. It's fine. Um, but yes, we are intuitively connected to this. So we know what it needs to grow. And that's the thing. It's like we know enough within ourselves to get this to grow. Everything else, we don't necessarily, it's like you don't have to know it. That's why it's like, hello, it's brand new. We get these deep blues, right? These deep blues, all of these deep blues. The deep blues are telling us this is what you wished for. It's going to require commitment and nurture and care. You're going to have to go outside your comfort zone and go on a brand new journey, and you may get a little lost and confused sometimes. And then over here, we get all these colors. These are reds, and this is the root. Like, we're breaking new ground. We're leading you somewhere brand new, somewhere where you can utilize all that creative potential and you can actually be a part of all the abundance that's coming in. But you're going to have to stand your ground sometimes. You're going to have to take and integrate the lessons as they come, right? You're going to have to find out who you are in this new space and integrate who you were in the past. But again, allow yourself to grow, because that's like you got the seed, limitless, like it's all within you. Okay? And that's it. You're watching Cursed. What is Cursed? Ooh, girl, I ain't heard about that one. Is that scary? But yeah, that's what I got for y'all today. All the best. It seems like there's so much good stuff coming in. But again, it's going to require us to be doing the work in the moment. If you've been asking for something that has not been your experience, prepare to live a life that you've never lived before. And prepare to allow yourself to come into pieces of you that you've never exhibited or breathed life into before. So, yes, it's lovely. I love it. It was good seeing y'all on today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And I'll catch y'all later. Oh, wait, I do final messages, right? I do that sometimes. So let's just get this real quick. Ooh, Queen of Wands. All right, I see you. Let's wrap this up. Okay, that was quick. No, you ain't going back in the deck. It tried. 2 cards. The 3 of Pentacles and Pentacles. The 3 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Once we begin this journey, it's going to be so important for us to stay on it and to stay on top of it. And again, there may be internal conflicts that we come across on this journey. There may be old parts of ourselves that we need to let go of, right? We're breaking new ground. So there may be things that don't fit in the new space that we need to get rid of. And if we're so dedicated to our comfort zone, we're not going to make the hard choices that need to be made. And it's going to keep us at this 3 space where we can't even celebrate at the 4. Bottom of the deck is that 7 of Wands. We already know what she's about. Stay strong. Like, you have, like, you got the home field advantage. You have the high ground. The 7 of Wands is a card of advantage in battle, right? They're all pointing up at her. And honestly, it looked like they can't even reach her. So, stand strong. Stand your ground. Have firm boundaries if you need firm boundaries. Be like, I ain't going back to the old me. You missed the old me. Sorry. Unless you got a time machine, ain't no more old me. Old me is gone. And we can mourn old me, but, new me got some blessings to walk into and is trying to have a good time. So that'll be a mourning party for one, because I ain't joining. Free King Arthur. Ooh. At least you're not pulling snakes, right? Okay, I'm actually interested. I'm a fan of King Arthur, so I might have to check that out. It's like, the snakes may still be in the grass, but we've moved into a different section, right? It's like the snakes, if y'all, and the snakes in the old hunting ground, we stomp in new grounds now, so hopefully the snakes, they play with each other back there. There we go. Thank you. What was that? This is first chakra Archangel Michael in reverse. Yeah, exactly. Bottom of the deck is action. So, speaking of snakes, here come out Michael with the sword. Michael in reverse in action. So again, this is the root chakra. Wait, now Michael is upright and action is in reverse. Girl, I just flipped this whole thing because I was showing y'all. That's why. Let me read this. Michael is number 38. I think. I think that's a 38. What number that? No, he got to be 35. Yeah, first chakra, Archangel Michael. Stability and security. That's interesting. Reversed. When this card shows up in a reverse position, you may be facing some significant challenges and even some very difficult emotions. The energy in your first chakra may be blocked, revealing potential fears about your safety, feelings of insecurity, or even depression. This blocked energy can also signal financial worry or desperation. Issues of instability can shake you to your very core, so it's going to be very important to get the energy moving freely through this chakra once again. Call upon Michael for assistance and visualize his light and power filling this area and bringing you a greater sense of your own true strength and internal stability. Meditate on the affirmation below and feel your sense of safety and balance return. The affirmation here is: my first chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. I am strong, stable, safe, and secure. Lots of S's. The Archangel Michael guides and supports me always. There's another S. Strong, stable, safe, and secure. And you are supported. But again, it's like Michael isn't coming to take away all of the bad. Michael's coming to give you the strength to keep going, giving you the strength to work past and work through all your traumas and limitations and fears and worries. And we know it's safe inside your comfort zone, and you may even find some kind of stability in your comfort zone. But there's a whole world outside the gate, and then action is at the bottom of the deck, right? There are certain things you just got to do, right? If you only been thinking about doing it and not doing it, now it's time to do it. So that's what I got. Thank y'all again. Yes, Michael always follows you. I've improved my relationship with Michael. We're cool now. At first, I was like, ooh, Michael, because he was trying to get me to do stuff that I didn't feel I was ready for. It's very this. It was very this. I was like, I'm not ready. I don't want to say this yet. Like, girl, like, it's comfy in here. And Michael's like, no, it's time to grow. It's time to grow. And I did. So, big ups to Mike. Shout out to Mike. He knew I was right in the end. Thank y'all so much again for coming. I enjoyed this. I know it wasn't too long. I don't know how it's been a whole half an hour. It feels like I was on here for like 5 to 10 minutes, but where's the time go, man? Whatever y'all know y'all need to do, again, 5 of Swords. To get there, you're going to have to put your foot down sometimes. So I'll catch y'all later. Peace and blessings, love and light. Make the most out of every moment. Do what you feel is right in your heart. And know that everything will be revealed to you as you go. And it's almost like we're creating this new space as we come into it, right? And that may be one of the reasons why we feel a little lost. That may be one of the reasons why we don't think we have any direction. It's because we haven't created it yet. We're being granted the opportunity to be involved in what our life looks like to a greater degree than maybe we had in the past. And a lot of that, again, it's about healing the root, because if you're taking old traumas into new spaces, you're going to be creating with the same set of limitations that you had in the past. And with the Star card and the Wheel of Fortune, if you're asking to be liberated and freed of those restrictions, you're going to have to act outside of them as well. So it's all available to you. I will. I'll have to, girl. I'll have to. It's been too long. All right. Bye.